everybody's having a great day. It's great to be using the office. This is exciting, Tiny. The Raw Business Center. I love it. Yeah, we definitely got to update the offices again, especially since we're adding new members. We'll have to pick you out of office and decorate.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna eat chai and then I guess I guess we gotta look for it again. See if we can put Kush over there in that other one. How many do I have here? I forget how many I have.
I'm not sure. I think so too, and I thought, isn't there like a backside, or is the backside the same as the same rooms?
Yeah, no, I think it's just there's like it's empty in the back, not empty, but like there's nothing in it. Yeah, I have an extra one right here.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I'm also excited that we actually get to include this part, because I know we were just talking about that the last time with this being a part of like the onboarding to really like help people understand where we're at. And I was over here like, man, I'm so happy that you've really been leading this, because you really are. When we were kind of figuring out our roles within this DAO, it was like you and I are these unique pieces that really understand the mission and have different ways of executing. And I just love how you've been really leading the social media team with the content and keeping us on brand and bringing people into the team. So definitely excited to see you continue to do your thing, Miss Tiny. I appreciate you for doing that, and also excited to see you here, Kush, for being joining the social media team. Excited to see becoming more part of Raw and aligning our missions, and just our goal is like putting all of our energy together so that we become more effective. So social media is a big part of that, so definitely excited to see how we can continue to do so. So Tiny, I'll let you take it over from here. Like I said, I'm recording, and then we'll upload it privately so that anybody will be able to watch us in the future.
Well, this is just like a thing that I had sent Kush just to kind of look over and information about those if he gets some questions when he's talking on Clubhouse. So I just kind of copied the stuff from our main Raw post to kind of show him the main points, and then information for him on how he can come to the podcast and onboarding. And then I have an FAQ, because I heard, I know I was listening, I think either on Twitter or Clubhouse, but I had heard some different questions, and I forgot what they were about stuff people ask you about the RAW DAO. So when we're done or whenever, we can add some questions in here that you get a lot that we can answer them, and you have just like a quick little Q&A for yourself right here, so that we can kind of refer to this and know what to talk about, I guess. So yeah, we can go through it a little bit. So the logo that we're using now is the first page. You can download it without the transparent background. It'll be just a circle, the white circle with the picture in there. And this is Raw in a nutshell. I'm sure you've been around, so I'm sure you've heard this sentence a million times now. But the Raw DAO is a cohesive network of creatives and businesses in the blockchain ecosystem that focus on educating, networking, and transforming physical creations to physical assets. That is like our one sentence. If you had to describe Raw in one sentence, that's like our one sentence right there. So you'll definitely hear that a lot. I'm sure you've already heard it a lot.
And one thing.
Definitely our main mission that we want to
Sorry, and one thing I will say with that is why we always emphasize like adhesive network is because we want people to think of us like a glue, not like a bridge. That's something that we kind of add in that tidbit as well, because we think of ourselves as like a union, right? Like we understand that we're early creators coming into these different platforms and spaces, and if we come into these spaces together, that's how we get leverage as creators. And this is our way of being able to do that and create that together. So we're an adhesive network. We want people to join us and stick with us together, right? Like Tiny said, we stick together. We put the work in network. We say a lot of different things for people to understand. Like, we want you to bring what you're doing into the network, and then we support that, and you support the network, and that's how we all grow, because now we all have this real organic support. And if we all continue to do that, then we'll all be just fine.
Okay, and then next, we aim to use our knowledge about the fourth industrial revolution to stay on top of the digital renaissance and make sure that what we're doing aligns with all of the big picture. You be around and you listen to all the different, the men talks and all the different chats that we have, so I know that you already know about all the big picture stuff, so that's just something that we like to also let people know. And then our seasonal events that we host for the community, which I have lined up on the next slide. When did you come around, Kush? I don't know why I can't remember when you came around. I feel like you've always been here, but I don't know when you got here.
That's a good question. Let's say because the drop for the project was in March. Likely we're working on it before that, so before March. So I'm thinking probably January, February.
Yeah, so in season 1, way at the beginning, our first main thing was the intro to Web3 workshop, which we had, was that Alana? Was that Sergio? Somebody else did like a more technical workshop.
Yeah, we had like a whole lineup of people. Alana did like what is Web3. Majestic Digital showed us how to make avatars with DAS 3D. Sergio did like technical stuff. I did something on Clubhouse where it was like, again, just talk about how to take your business physical to digital. But it was more so just focused like how we do now, with like workshops led by those doing it in the space, and that was our first one. Aw, dang, Tiny, it rugged you?
Yeah, I don't know, you just like cut out. It's been doing that to me a lot. I keep saying that it's just me again.
Wow, Tiny, this view is beautiful. Oh my goodness. I turned around and was like, where am I right now?
Right? I forget where.
I don't
I think
even.
it's supposed to.
Okay, maybe.
Oh man, let me just bring that back.
That's cool.
Where were we? Okay, yes, that was season 1. Season 2, we did our B2B RAW fashion show, the first one, and that was in Neo's Metaverse, which was kind of like an immersive fashion show that we did. The expo, I feel like Kush was around for the expo. That was when we showcased all of our different events that
Yeah,
we
he was
do.
definitely around for the expo. I think that's where I definitely seen him pop up at a few events during
Yeah,
season
okay.
3. Okay, sometime when we came this, but I don't know. Maybe I think we seen you on Twitter somehow, and then when we went to Spatial, maybe that's when we finally like seen you. Cause I don't know. I don't think you ever went into Neos when we were doing all that stuff. So I think when we went into Spatial, that's where we seen you.
Yeah. I'm thinking so. Definitely, maybe it was an event in Special.
Yeah.
That we crossed paths. But I'm still thinking it was sometime in the January time frame, because I know the raw fashion show is sometime in between there, because I know. I think it's probably around the expo there.
Okay. Yeah.
That makes more of a bell for me, yeah.
Yeah, I think you probably came around when we were doing a lot of the promo on Twitter, because that's when we were doing a lot of like Twitter Spaces and stuff like that, just like really outreaching, putting it out there. And then right after that, we went right into spatial, because it was like we tried to start having events, but our space was too heavy, so we came right into spatial after that. And so I think it's all connected. It makes sense. So yeah.
I know RAW Fest is one thing, so that's January, so getting active in March. Camera will kind of drop there. So.
Okay, so yeah, then you know about the gala event. Well, we celebrated different people in different sectors of Web3. So we had our big metaverse, what do you call that? Metaverse gala, like the awards gala, sorry. The awards gala. Yeah, I told you I just smoked. I'm sorry, alright? I'm working through it. Okay, so then season 5, we did the Raw Fest, which we were here for, and then season 6, the Raw workshops with high creators that just passed. And upcoming is the next PTD Raw Fashion Show, which is in September. So that is going to be our main event for this season. And then just some other stuff we had was the season 1 when we were in the New York Digital Fashion Week. That was with the RAW DAO that we were with, which was really cool because we all got to experience seeing our physical creations on people in the New York Fashion Week, and then also we had the digital counterpart. So it was really cool to see that all come together. And I did like a bunch of resin pieces that we sent out to New York for a display table and stuff. So it was really cool to be able to do that. And then we also got recognized by Spatial at the Changemakers event for all the different stuff that we do here. So that was just a couple cool things. You know, people ask, what have we been up to? That's what we've been up to. That section is the FAQ. We can go over the end, I guess. We'll add anything you want to add. And then here's some of the stuff that we share this on social media too, and it's also in our onboarding center. It's raw onboarding here on Spatial. But here is something that I'm going to switch back up so I can actually read because I'm fine.
You know what? I gotta update our Git book too, because I think that would be really easy for us to kind of like update and just keep like track of each event that we've done each season, and like all the information, links, and like that would be like an easy way for people to go and learn what the RAW DAO is and access links to all of our other stuff. And I think as a DAO, like a Git book is kind of similar to like a website, but also like a white paper. So it's just like, I think when people go trying to do research about projects, us having like our information in that format as a Git book with all of these, again, links to all of our other stuff can be helpful here too as well. So I'll start working on updating that with this information.
Yeah, I forgot we even had that. Well, I'm not going to read through the slide because it's basically everything we just talked about. But yeah, so that's that one. Just tells us what are we and how do we do networking events, platforms. Some of our main drivers are understanding the significance of digital twinning and how that can transform business models. So that's why we do a lot of the stuff in the metaverse. And so our whole thing is that physical to digital. So if you want to say anything else about that, feel free to.
It's just a highlight on businesses. That's really our target when we talk about like who our target is. Businesses, creators, young adults. It's really like young people, youth, because they're going to be growing. But when it comes to like sometimes from the adult aspect, because it's hard to attack kids because there's, restrictions with how you can do so, we attack the young minded creators to come and be a part of this, because it's a new way to do business. So or businesses are all going to have to do that. So like she said, digital twinning, different staples and pioneers like the World Economic Forum, Accenture, a lot of the leaders that are creating these blueprints. That's what we tend to like talk about and inform people.
Are you offering this as a service to people, or are you just offering this as a company?
It's both. It's both. So I have like a Udemy course that's like a simple intro to the world of cryptocurrency where I kind of talk about it. I know I do one-on-ones too, like how to go physical to digital, where I can like talk to people about their business and then how to, kind of help guide them along. But then just in the Raw DAO, that's just kind of what we do in general. So it's like people that are looking for that network to help them go physical to digital. That's why they will come join the Raw DAO and help be a part of that initiative. Like that's what we have to offer, because no, we don't pay people to do anything, but the experience and what you're going to learn is more valuable, and then you can also turn that and give it to somebody else. That's why we also use the apple and like the idea on the tree, right? Because it's like it starts with the seed, and then you plant the seed, nurture the seed, you get this tree, and then you get the apple, which is really just the product, right? So that's why we even use the apple as like our thing on social media, because it's like the people like the product, and the product is the final thing. But once you even eat that apple, then you get the seed again, and then you get to restart the cycle and pass it to the next. So it's just like when it comes to how we try to onboard other businesses, we're looking for people that we want to be a part of this ecosystem for that long run too. So we also are kind of selective. We don't desire to onboard the entire world and just everyone. It's just people that have this same drive to go physical to digital, help educate others, help support each other. We all understand what it's like when you're putting projects out there, and how just us supporting each other's events. Now we know it's going to be at least two or three of us at each other's events, because we're going to be there, and how that makes a difference. And if we continue to onboard the right people, we'll continue to get that. So that's just kind of how we use these things, like she said, as our drivers. Yeah, we do. I don't know why I haven't been getting notifications with my Google Forms, but I need to see if there's a way. I think there's a way I can connect it to some of these new tools that I'm using, so I can kind of see them better. But yeah, even with that, now that we'll kind of be updating the onboarding space, but they'll start with the Wonderbot too, because that kind of helps with everything. So kind of got to flesh that out a bit better. Now that we got the bot. But sorry, Tiny, you can go ahead.
Oh yeah, no problem. So yeah, next is the DAO. Why we chose the DAO? We like our members to think of themselves as board members, not as workers. We're all working as a team, not as like somebody who's like Mo likes to say, like she started the RAW DAO, but she's not the head of the RAW DAO. Everybody has like their part in this DAO that makes it work. So the more people that we can onboard into the actual the core team of the DAO that actually want to help us work, it's going to help us work a lot better, because we all have ideas that we can help build on. I think we're all really creative people. So when we actually like work together, we make beautiful things happen. Even if it's just me and Mo, great things have happened. So I know once we get like more people on board, people that actually want to put the work in, we're definitely going to take off. But we're in this stage right now where we've been trying to find like quality people to build with. So
yeah, and it doesn't take a lot, so that's again why we don't press to onboard a bunch of people. Like, yes, we would love the outer support more, but when it comes to like our core team, definitely quality and mission driven. I think people have that same mission, and when we talk to people and it's like, oh, that's what you're doing, it all just starts to happen naturally, and we just try to focus on that instead of who's not, and that's how we use our energy effectively.
Yeah, this one's just about different people that we have in our community. If people ask, but we have all different kinds of people. As you see, we have the belly dancer, our educators, farmers. What else we have? All you got the music people. Now we have more. We're getting more of the writers from that part of the film house and all that kind of stuff that you guys have been involved with, and a lot of that community coming over. So we have a lot of different people in the group that can definitely help each other if we when we're on the same page and we can meet up together. So definitely have a good group of people. And yes, like you said, how we're looking for more quality people to do the same. and then this one was just about the other DAO that we had stemmed from. So the whole reason that we had left that other DAO, or I guess not left, but stopped associating with them, was because people weren't feeling like they got their proper voting rights. And a decision was made where it was just like who decided that? There was a decision that was made for like everybody that like nobody really even knew about and nobody was answering questions about. So it was really crazy to go through. But I'm happy we did, because now we built around that to make sure that the people that are putting in the energy is reflected in the stuff that we do. So that's why we have the tokens, the raw points now actually, to give out to the people who are actually supporting and helping us, which then helps you get more benefits within the DAO.
Yeah, and also about transparency, right? That was a big thing we learned then, which is why we also have like the town hall, the Wonderverse, and we always say, we put everything up for a vote, even if it's like, we really don't think this person should be affiliated with our group anymore. We've had that vote, and it was funny because it came in handy, because when that person went trying to drag us on Twitter, like, you guys aren't even a real DAO, we literally voted to kick you out, and posted how everybody commented back and was like, he's wild, he's talking about like all this crazy stuff. And that's why, again, it just helps to be transparent and have this to say, we understand that DAOs are still becoming legal, so no, we don't have any legal forms legally, but together we are all thinking of the best decision on how to do that, because again, it's not just me, it's all of us, and we're all thinking about how to go about it the right way.
Is that a question? Because I'm wondering if people will ask me that question. Because one of the things, like I said before, when I started the space, people are asking what level of DAO is the raw DAO? Is it some, or is it people come together, or is it really already as a DAO? Is it more they can vote on things? There is a proposal process. So, but there was nothing major.
That's right. Yeah, no, we are not a legal entity within the United States. We don't do any any for-profit. We just are more so a collective right now, but we are a DAO because we are working towards being a DAO. It's just we're totally decentralized. That is. So, after we had our first experience, we decided we even met with a lawyer right after that, and talked about the best way to kind of continue to go about it. And it was just, in simplest form, each member of the DAO to understand and look at themselves as their own business and protect themselves accordingly, and then understand, if we go together as a DAO, each person within the DAO would be responsible for the other. And so we haven't taken that step yet legally, because it's just not 100% there just yet here in the States. Like, that just became a thing, and we've been being a DAO, I think, longer than that was even a thing. So we've just been watching. We're more so like a collective, but we work towards being a DAO because we focus on automation, voting, stakeholder capitalism, and everyone that's helping build understand that they're gonna continue to have that stake within our DAO as we continue to build forward, basically, like Tiny was saying with the points.
That's all I really have on this slide for now. What was the raw points, which you know about? Do you have any questions, actually, while we're just sitting here? That was just like the main points about raw points.
Yeah, the main
but
points.
I'm assuming that you know how they work.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. And yep, I can do this.
The only other thing was, I think you just answered the question. It was there. This was like how the actual DAO was set up when they asked for it's kind of challenging, or not challenging, but they challenged the idea. I want to make sure that I'm getting gypped or some kind of pulled over their eyes or something like that. So now that I have this, I can heard you or told you about it.
Yeah, exactly. You can say, it's kind of like a DAO in progress, right? That's what we are. We're very new up and coming studios, so we just aren't in a rush to make the wrong move. It's just like how Ripple has been going through that court case for 2 years now, and they set the precedent for a lot of other coins. It's like, we understand that. It's how this is going to continue to work. And so we are okay with continuing to do something like have one event every 3 months to show how people can come together, co-create, showcase what we're all doing individually, support each other along the way. And, when it makes sense to become a legal entity because of whatever it would make sense for us to do that for, if we really want to start going for funding, and funding these projects, and then that would make sense. But where we are just right now is like a DAO in progress and totally decentralized at doing so. So anybody that again is interested in being a part of a DAO being created instead of one that's already in stone and written and you just have to succumb to, this is again where that magic happens. Yeah, we can hear you, Tiny.
My computer, I was trying to send out a screenshot and I tried to send a picture of my fucking computer froze. Sorry. Alright, so then, what were we talking about? Oh yeah, so then also people who are interested in like seeing the things that we've already done, we have them all on the YouTube, of course, and then we also have the podcast, which you can see on all these different platforms there. So yeah, they can also catch all the content that we do have on replay. We've been recording for pretty much, I don't know, how long have we been recording like all of at least
forever. Yeah, no, we've been doing it forever. Yeah, because even when we was in Niels, we was streaming. When we were on Discord, I would record all of that. Remember, it started with our meetings, our weekly meetings. All of those are still on YouTube. Like, everything's on YouTube.
Nice. Yep. So yeah, there's if anybody's really interested in all the stuff that we've done and seeing if they're interested in being a part, there's a quick way to do it is either go on the YouTube or check out the podcast if they'd rather listen to it. But yeah, so as far as like Clubhouse, so like I'm not a Clubhouse person. So like as far as like promoting on there, like what is the best way to go about it? Like how you go about like
Yeah, so I was gonna ask you, so I have a group, I have a house on there already, about 1,000+ people. And so every time you make a room, everybody would be notified, and you can schedule rooms, like pre-schedule them. And you can do the whole team thing. You can share the rooms out on Twitter and different socials, you can see. And what I was thinking was that right now it's I have two, one for the project and one for the music and everything. I was gonna say that this house would be converting into the Raw Network house to facilitate co-collaboration and networking, like some of the things you just mentioned, all kind of thing, and the facilitating and building of the DAO progress. And then I was going to do a room on Mondays with 2 other individuals, and I sent you guys like a series of topics and ideas, things that you want to do in the space on Monday, thinking maybe once a week, so that they're able to some of the other things that are going on the DAO for the remainder of the week. Thinking Mondays, thinking Monday evening, so that from different time zones on Eastern time zone.
And so, are you saying it will be multiple, like so different, like everybody would take a different time slot or something?
No, it would be just one day a week.
Okay.
Clubhouse to hold space for the DAO.
Okay.
We'll talk topics and just we'd be able to talk topics, talk about things happening in the DAO. Talk about artwork, showcase artwork. Because that's kind of what happens now there, but I'm just kind of like wrangling people into this. As well, help grow it, and have a space to soft shell items on a hard shell, but then be able to speak about projects and things like that without doing like a hard sale, and to build awareness, different things, and just build community.
Is there a time that's best on Clubhouse?
No, but I think for availability, I was thinking 8 to 10 or 7 to 10 or something like that on Mondays. Eastern, that is.
Okay. 8. You said 8 to 10, or what else?
7 to 10.
Okay.
Like in that kind of window.
Okay, yeah, that sounds cool. So 8 will be cool, yeah, because I'll be right after Women in the Metaverse. So then that'll be kind of like, maybe I'll drop a little prelude that we're going right over there. And then that'll be cool. We can talk about anything there. So, no, that'll be cool. Mondays. And then, also one thing I would just say, also, Kush, how I was saying it's like different businesses. So P2D Raw Network is my business. So when you refer to it, just make sure you refer to it as P2D Raw DAO, because those are two separate things. So that's the only thing that could be a little confusing, but that's why we try to stamp something, so like P2D Raw Network. And if you see that, it's also just because, just like how I was telling you, sometimes it's hard for me to do anything if I have to vote on everything. So that's how a lot of like the stuff when it comes to like streaming, I just run on my own, so I can just run all of the channels, run all the schedules, make all the decisions I need to under the network, but everything else is raw DAO.
And then the individuals, one's an artist in the Web3 space, the other one is as well, is also in the Web3 space. Very kind of like-minded guys, very even, good personalities. Just for people. And so, good people, good business guys, always holding peaceful spaces, so that's why I kind of reach out to them too. And so on Mondays, we have different topics, we fill the room, and spark conversation, and then Clubhouse, you can always change the title as an always. So, just to kind of get it started,
Yeah, that sounds cool. So we'll definitely add that to the schedule. So do you think you'll be updating that like today, and then we'll have this first space come this Monday?
Yeah, I mean, we can start that for sure. And I have my other profile, so I can throw the logo there and bring that in, and particularly have some music background, so we can showcase songs, showcase artists. Like, there's a whole bunch of things that we can do. Or that we can start there and pull it over to spatial or whatever, And so I pull some of the people into the Dope Docs, since I open a room on Thursdays on Clubhouse. Jump in there, so I'll do a little quick. If you don't have an avatar, to get a guest one, or if they're in a time to do like onboarding, and they can jump into their own, so like that.
That's cool. And you said that's like on Thursdays?
Yeah, so I open a room at the same time as so as we have a room, or as you guys are in the theater, there's a room open on Clubhouse at the same time, so people kind of filter in sometimes. While we're in Clubhouse, just jump to the link at the top of the room, takes it right to the theater.
I see. Okay. Cool.
Clubhouse will have the music running, so people come in, it's like a lounge, so they come in there, it's like, oh, we're in spatial room, like, join us, and I'll leave it open for a while, and then after a while, I just stop talking because it's too late. Just read our message, jump in, like, you're welcome.
Okay, I like that. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, before I was trying to figure out like how Clubhouse works. So that makes sense. Thank you for explaining that.
No worries, man. Pretty good.
Let me see. Well, I guess do we have to do a vote officially for him to join the social media team? Right?
Sure. Yeah, and I'll post that right now today. I'm gonna do it right now.
Okay.
And then we'll post it.
Yeah, tell them to bring it down to the Clubhouse or something.
Yes, so to invite you into the social media team and then bring it into Clubhouse. Yeah, kind of all 2 and 2. Like, I guess you would be technically joining the social media team, like leading the Clubhouse initiative. and I guess in a appropriate wording, since you'll be kind of like running the rooms and like behind the Raw DAO, like you said, you have the page that you can put the Raw DAO logo on. Since you'll be the person behind that logo, it'll just be like you will be, the spokesperson for the Raw DAO on Clubhouse, because we won't be in there on our personal pages.
Yeah. So will I.
Okay. Right.
This I just added this.
Sorry, I was going to say, I think you say Snowbox. Or did you make that up?
I think you're breaking up for me. I can't really hear what you said there.
Oh, sorry. Can you hear me, bud?
Yeah, I can.
Is that better?
Mm-hmm.
I said on daily as focuses. I think you said no boxes Tuesday. No Tuesday there.
Tuesday?
Oh, sorry. Sorry. I can't. Sorry, I'm about to explain this. So this is just what we post on our. When I schedule the post for Instagram, like for instance, or I think Mo also follows it for Twitter. But this is just the different stuff that we focus on every day. So if you ever are just like hopping around, and people are like, "Oh, what's RAW DAO doing today?" We have the calendar of events, or we have all of these that we've been promoting on social media. So like Monday, we'll post about women in the metaverse and the whole week's calendar, so they can always check our social media on Sundays and find that calendar for the rest of the week. And then I guess you don't really need the rest of that. It was just in my other file. I transferred.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
And I gotta get you the Linktree link, because that's really the best way for people to find like everything. The first thing is to our Discord. The biggest thing is to push people to join the Discord so that they can see all of the events, set reminders for the events. That's usually what we try to tell people, like go click the link so you can join the Discord, and that's how you can see all the events. We share them when we get started. Usually you can see how to get your raw points, what's happening. And then it also has links to like our Metaverse Hub, our Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook. It kind of shows where people can watch from there.
Clubhouse does allow live links now. You can do the pin link, it'll link right there. If I do messages, the links in the rooms or in messages in the house, it'll pick the live link. It'll pick it like.
That's perfect. I didn't know you could do that in Clubhouse. That's cool. So are there any other questions you have, like just in general about I don't know, just like the DAO or the social media or whatever?
No, I think you covered everything. I pretty much had what I was going to try to achieve in the proposal, so that's kind of in alignment, and I'll shoot it, get that going to guys on Mondays, and go from there. I have all the flyers and everything, so once you send me the flyers, I can upload those on the Clubhouse house also, as we go on schedule.
Oh, I was just about to say, I think we're about to make some specific flyers for the Clubhouse now, right? Like for the event or something? Or which flyers are you talking about?
I'm just talking about the weekly ones.
Oh, yes.
Just put up in the house.
Definitely.
Yeah.
We'll make one for the Clubhouse too, though, Mom, just so we have it to post on our other stuff.
Okay.
So I will work on that. Put that in the chat.
Yeah, something that just says something like, meet us, and how do you even phrase that, Kush? Like, meet us in the Raw DAO house and Clubhouse or something? Like, how would you phrase that as on the promo?
That's because right now I was to the house, or join us on Mondays on Clubhouse, and then we can talk about a bunch of stuff and we chop it up about.
Oh, I mean, like, how would you search? How would you search for us on Clubhouse? Like, what do you?
Oh, I would change the house name to the Raw DAO.
Okay.
So they'll be able to find it.
So if they just search the Raw DAO house, then it'll pop up. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, so I was wondering. Okay.
so I can start updating that stuff today.
Yep, and I'm gonna go take care of the kids real quick, but then I'll get back on the laptop and work on some more flyer stuff. And if anybody else needs me to do anything that I'm forgetting about, please let me know, and I will definitely get that done.
Okay, cool. And I'll put in the proposal today. We'll just make it 24 hours, and because we'll be rolling on Monday, and I guess we have our chat now, so I'll stay aligned and let us know. I gotta get back on Clubhouse. I think I just deleted the app because I was running out of space and tried to get Schiller and Threads. So now I gotta go. I'm probably going to delete Threads for it, or maybe Schiller because I haven't really logged into it yet.
Don't be the Threads. So question: does the RAW stand for something?
It's not an acronym. No, it's to represent like organic. So again, we're just about like being an organic community. So it's like raw material, raw thoughts. It's just to represent organic.
That's dope. Cool. People like that for sure.
Yeah, I know. People are always like, I thought it was like raw papers, and it's like, and so that's why we always try to also say P2D raw. So it's like we are P2D raw. So. Physical to digital is
what
really
should I name the house?
Our niche. Yeah.
Should I name the house P2D RAW DAO?
Yeah, that would be best.
Okay.
Because P2D is like our stamp. That's what we do, physical to digital.
Got it.
And we are not phygital. When people try to correct you and say, you guys are phygital. Like, no, you have physical and you have digital. And you have phygital. But we are both. But no, definitely dope conversation, guys. Appreciate the time. And Oakley, I see. Welcome to the Raw Meta Business Center. Tiny, I didn't even know this was a public space, but interesting that you've made it here. We're just talking about some of our initiatives that we have that we'll be doing together. So make sure you follow us at least, because we always have events around the metaverse. This one isn't as fun as our usual events, but we have a lot more. Clubhouse, metaverse, all kinds of stuff. So, all right, guys, I'll catch you later.
All right, see ya.
Yeah, peace. Thanks, guys.